Hi. So for my persuasive speech, I'm going to speak about how donating blood is good. So I'm going to tell you a story. My sophomore through my senior year of high school, I was a vegetarian. So I wasn't able to give blood because my iron was not high enough. So the minimum requirement for donation is 12.5, but mine ranged from 9.8 to 10.4. It never hit the minimum requirement for it until my freshman year of college when I started eating red meat again. Was I able to start donating again, which very glad I did. But the importance of donating is, first off, blood is super important. It's the most important fluid in our body, mainly because it helps deliver nutrients all over the body. It also helps all sorts of patients from elders to kids, but it also does good things in like burn victims and in organ transplants and in heart surgeries, which it helps in all surgeries, but heart surgeries is the main one. It also helps with cancer patients. And something about that is my uncle actually battled leukemia, and he made it. He fought and he won, but without the many blood transplants that he had and transfusions, he probably wouldn't be here today. So I'm very thankful for that and for the people that donated. But it also, I don't think people actually realize that when you donate, it actually helps you too. So some things that it can do for you is it helps reduce the risk of heart disease, heart attacks, and cancer. It reduces iron levels, and so when your iron levels are too high, it can cause thickness of the blood, which can also cause clots. It also burns 650 calories for you each donation that you partake in. So each pint that you give, that's burning 650 calories. Also, you're basically having a free medical checkup when you go to donate, because at the beginning they'll ask you a bunch of questions, but they'll check your blood pressure, your pulse, your hemoglobin, and they'll even check for 13 infectious diseases such as HIV, the West Nile virus, hepatitis B and C, and syphilis, which there's more that they check for, but those are the primary ones. But also it just makes you feel better to give blood. Also, I just wanted to talk about the steps to donate. So when you see a big van or like a lifestyle van or bus, you'll see it more like most likely at like a CVS, a Walgreens, a Walmart. But you'll go in and you'll do a registration, which is basically asking your name, your phone number, your date of birth, and then they'll ask you if you're still living at the place of residence, maybe that you had on file. And then they'll kind of ask you a bunch of other questions for your medical history to make sure that nothing can affect the blood. And then you'll have the mini physical donation, and that's when they'll put iodine on your arm, I guess, to clean the area, make sure nothing gets in, no bacteria or anything, and then they'll take the needle and stick it in your arm, which it's not as bad as people may think it is. And then kind of throughout the process, they'll give you a kind of like a little ball to squeeze on and off. And then they'll also offer you refreshments in case you might feel lightheaded, or if you need a drink of water, of some juice. And sometimes they'll even give you a t-shirt, which is also nice. But also the requirements for it is, which I had said earlier, your iron must be 12.5 to donate, but you also must weigh a minimum of 110 pounds. Also, they advise you to drink water and eat something before you come to donate, so you don't feel as dizzy or you don't start feeling lightheaded. Also, the donation itself will probably last 10 to 12 minutes, but the entire process is more of a hour, if that. But also, when you donate one day, the next time you'll be able to donate is 56 days from that day. And then 4 things that are being derived from the blood are red cells, platelets, plasma, and then this thing called cryoprecipitated AHF. So I looked it up, and it actually reduces clots, and it helps slow and stop bleeding. So that's all I have, but donating blood is so good, and it's so vital and necessary, and it saves 3 lives. So one donation is, you're saving 3 lives, so it's pretty cool to think about. But